I have come again with another cheap opportunity for you to be able to move abroad. You know, I'm always about the cheap stuff. Well, I'm not cheap, but I like giving you guys the cheap opportunities. And the reason why I do this is because I want to break those mental barriers. People often feel that you need a lot of money to be able to move abroad. And I want to break that myth to show you that you don't need excessive amounts of money. That's why I have brought another video for you today where tuition is exceptionally low, where you can move to without breaking the bank. So all you need to do now is stick around, put your seat belts, and make sure you watch this video to the end because this video is definitely for you.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
Hello, folks. This is your one and only Waka Waka Doctor. Always bring you the best gist when it comes to travel and migration. You know how we do it on this channel. All we do is share information that has to do with traveling, working, living, moving abroad. So long as it's the abroad life, this is where you want to be. Of course, I usually would share information about several countries. If you want to take a look at videos I've made about the United Kingdom, Australia, Finland, you need to check out my old videos. A lot of people send in testimonials every week in, week out. I want to say thank you very much for those testimonials. They push me, they keep me going, they make me never want to stop. For those who never say thank you, those who never say thank you, I will meet you in front. I will meet you in front. All right. So quickly before I tell you the gist of the day, I want you to share this video. Make sure you like, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you just share to as many friends as possible. I also want to tell you that there is a masterclass that I created just for you. A masterclass that you can buy that is very affordable, that will give you opportunities. You're in tech, you're looking for scholarships, you're looking for how to apply to jobs, you're an engineer, you're a teacher, you're a lawyer, you're in healthcare, you're in tech, you're looking to move to the United States for free. I got everything covered. You've applied for jobs, but they're not calling you. This masterclass has everything all. And I've created a special link in the description box of this video for you to be able to get that masterclass, okay? So go to the link and get the masterclass. Now, you're wondering, what country am I talking about? I've been to 78 countries. I have seen 78 countries. And this country isn't the most beautiful I've seen, but definitely my top five. It's definitely my top five. And when you see this country, you never want to go back. It's in the Schengen region. It's a neutral country. They like to see themselves as neutrals. They don't put mouth into what doesn't concern them. It's a rich country. It's a very beautiful country. They're in the Schengen zone. They speak multiple languages in the country. I guess you already know which country I'm talking about. It's Switzerland. Yes, Switzerland. And Switzerland is open right now. And I think you should take advantage of it. And I want you to apply. As always, I've got a friend who is in Switzerland. This time it's a beautiful lady with a fantastic smile, with glasses like mine. And she's been in Switzerland for a while, and she's going to give us everything we need to know. We are going to work together to help you move to Switzerland if you're ready. So it's important for you to watch this video, listen to the requirements, listen to the documents, listen to the process, and be sure that you want to embark on this journey before you contact us. But as long as it's Switzerland, if you're ready, we will help you get there. All right, so let's go. Let me bring my guest up. How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure. It's such a joy. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope you subscribe.
Well, tell them to subscribe. Tell them to subscribe because
Yeah, you better do.
just watch the videos and they don't subscribe, but it's okay. Okay. Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us about yourself and tell us where you are and what you do.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Once again, my name is Adejoke Balogun. I am a student here in Switzerland. I live in Geneva, but interestingly, my school is in Bern. Before you ask me why I live in Geneva and my school in Bern, I'll tell you. Before I came to Switzerland, I developed interest for French. So I lived back then in ABUJA. So I went to Institut de Français de Nigeria in Wuse. And I learned French up to B1 level. And I thought, yeah, if I would move to Switzerland, I definitely want to live in the French region. But interestingly, the course I really wanted to study was only available at the University of Bern. So it meant that I would live in Geneva because of French, and I will travel by train, literally 2 hours every time I need to go to school
Wow.
and take my classes. But because I had the mind for it, I found it very interesting. So the travel wasn't anything serious for me. On the train, I had time to sleep, I had time to study, because if you're in Switzerland, you have to study.
Mm.
And of course, you have the scenery. Switzerland is beautiful. You're able to see
Yeah,
beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful places.
One
So
of the
yes, that's how it
interesting
works for
things
me.
about Switzerland is also that, if you've got the skills and you've got a job, you're going to earn very, very well. So that's one of the things I like about Switzerland. How did you get to Switzerland, and how long have you been in Switzerland now?
Okay, I would answer from how long. I came to Switzerland March of 2022. So in March, it's going to be 3 years, 3 amazing years. Sometimes exhausting, but I mean, we're young, so it's exhilarating.
Yes, yeah.
And yes, like I told you earlier, I came to study.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about that in a bit. I really wanted to study. That's why I came here. Because it's very important to know that coming to Switzerland is not just Jackpa. You
Mm,
have to Jackpa with a
mm.
mission.
The
And
mission.
the mission for me was to actually study. So if you're that person who is really interested in academia, Switzerland is your place. Be prepared to study, be prepared to enjoy the process. Sometimes you're going to get really tired, but when you
Yeah.
put your heart to it, it is. So I came to Switzerland because of that. And like I told you earlier, I had started to learn French in ABUJA. So I had a mind of, I'm going to work on my French and make it better when I came here. Have I done that? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Because I spent a lot of time studying. Now I am done with my studies and I have the 6 months to stay and get a job. So yes, I came here to study. I live in Geneva. I schooled in University of Bern. Thankful for that. And yes, that's how I
Very
came.
well. I hear that tuition in Switzerland can be as low as 700 euros. Is that correct?
Absolutely true. And that is one of the things I found really strange because Switzerland is expensive already. But now realizing that for me at University of Bern, every semester I paid 1,005 francs, not 1,005,
1,005. Why did you put
1,005.
that
Yes.
five?
I don't-
So that's with Switzerland francs, which is
Yes, Swiss francs.
almost equal to dollars, isn't it?
No, it's a bit higher than
It's a bit
dollars
higher
and it's
than
a bit
dollars
higher than euro.
and a bit higher than euros. Okay. So it's about
Sometimes it's
8,200 euros.
no, maybe 1,100 euro.
100 euros.
But
Wow.
do you know that in University of Bern, the fees are as low as 700? I'm saying 700 because if you guys go on their website right now and
Mhm.
you just check for their fees, you're going to see 500 Swiss francs. But I would say 700 because you need to prepare for the unexpected. What if you get here and they say, oh, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that? For example, maybe alumni fee. I mean, I've never heard of that. I'm just saying these are things as Nigerians, it's good when we prepare for the unexpected because we live in the country of the unexpected, you see.
Yeah.
So yes, with as low as that. So imagine calculating 500 or let's say 600 francs to euro. It's not even up to 700 if you
Yeah.
ask me.
It's
So if
not.
you put your mind to saying 700 euro per semester and you have maybe 4 semesters or 6 semesters, good for you.
Mm. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, the academic route is the easiest route to move to Switzerland. Everybody knows
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Can you tell us the documents that people need to have if they want to secure admission in Switzerland?
Yes, definitely. The first you need to have your results. Let me just put this disclaimer out here. For example, when I was applying, I needed to send my original results through DHL to Switzerland because they had to review it. You don't have to take it to a notarization company or whatever they call it
Organization,
to
yeah.
get it notarized. No, they'll tell you to send the original. They would tell you, the good thing about Switzerland is that they'll tell you all the documents you need. And you should also ask them questions. This is the place I found out. You can ask them the littlest questions and they would answer you. So you send your documents to them, they will check it by themselves, and they will tell you, if they tell you we will return your documents in 2 weeks, sit down, they will return it in 2 weeks. It would not miss a day. They will send it back to you. But if you want to get your documents back, I'm going to advise you, you just need to go to a DHL office in Nigeria, liaise with them, pay for it, and they'll pick up your documents for you. And you're going to get it back. I got my documents back. The people that I have helped out, they've gotten their document back. So do not fidget about that. So back to what I was saying, you need to have your original transcript, get your original certificate at, and please get all of these things before you start applying because you don't want anything to delay you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about the time frames too. Now, when you have that, because every school has their own requirement, if you go to the homepage of the school right now, let me give you an example. Type University of Bern, Switzerland. It's going to, if you do it right now, it's just going to open their homepage and you're going to see even the one for international students. It's very straightforward. Go on it and you'll see every requirement. If you have any problem, their email is there. Send them an email and they're going to respond to you. So you're going to need to write a motivation letter. Can I also tell you that it's not difficult to write a motivation letter? You just need to be honest about what you're doing.
Thank you.
They're going to require of you to tell them what you're going to do after your studies, and you'll write it. You just need to write maybe like 500 words on PDF, put your name on it, probably put the date, put the name of the institution. You're going to have to write that. They might require of you to write a statement of purpose. Sometimes it's similar to motivation letter. It is not in any way difficult. Please, this is the first thing you need to take out of your mind, that it's difficult. Write in plain, simple English. You don't need to get a dictionary. And that is it. So I've talked about your result, I've talked about your transcript. You also have to fill a form. The application form is about 100 Swiss francs thereabout. It could be lower, it depends on the school. And I can't tell you the amount for each school because there are so many universities in Switzerland, so many. Literally every canton in Switzerland.
I'm going to, in the description box of this video, I would list out the universities in Switzerland and put all the admission links.
You're so kind. You're so kind. Honestly, if you follow through and just go to his description box, you're going to get everything as you have said. It is not difficult at all. Now, every university, you just need to go to their admission page. They have their own requirements. And these are not difficult documents to get at all. Let me also tell you that you don't need to write IELTS. Remember that Switzerland is not an English-speaking country. They speak German, French, Italian, and Romanish. So it depends on the canton your school is in. You don't need to write IELTS. And I am of the opinion that I shouldn't write IELTS. So this is what you can do. Get in touch with the head of your department in school. Everybody in Nigeria studying English. Tell them to write you an attestation. You know, of course, they'll put the school stamp, they'll put the school letter that you studied in English. English is your first language, so to say, because we started speaking English before we went to school. And have them, you're just going to add that to your document and send to them. I promise that is all you need. You don't need to write IELTS. You don't need to write TOEFL. Do you also know that if they require for you to write TOEFL, you can write to the school and let them know that you were taught in English. You have your bachelor's degree in English language. I like to tell people that do not just, I think it's a Nigerian thing that they tell us, do this, and we just take it. We don't even question it. We don't do anything. Write to them back. Start using your emails, guys. Write to them back and tell them, I studied in English. Get your attestation and attach it to it. You don't need to write IELTS, okay? But in some cases, if you need to study English language, I would never see a reason why a person will come to a non-English speaking country to study English. Yeah. But in a case that you want to study English language, they might require of you to write IELTS because it's the department's requirements, not the admissions requirements. So you must understand that the general admission has their own requirements, and these are the documents I have mentioned. And the form you're going to need is on their page. I don't think you'd even have to put it in the description box for them. Once they get to the admissions, this thing, they'll see it there. So the form you're going to fill, let me also tell you that the form is very straightforward. I'm emphasizing all of these things so you know that it is not hard. The idea in our head that somebody always has to do something for us, we need to get it out of our head. It is not hard at all. If you need somebody to hold your hand, maybe you can reach out to Waka Waka Doctor, but it's not hard at all. So you fill the form, and now when you're filling the form, even inside the form, there are some requirements that is stated there. So you don't need to go to Google and look for anything external. Can I give you an example of something that happened? So I had somebody that I was helping, and I think this was my mistake. I helped this person to the extent that I wrote their motivation letter. I wrote every single thing for them. And it was just me saying, I want you to come here. If something is good, I want to share with you. If you desire to come. I walked this person through all the process. Then this person went ahead to Google to search for what is not even required. I had done everything up to visa level. Then he went ahead to tell them at the embassy that he has somebody in Switzerland.
Ah,
And it was never a requirement. They never asked you of that. Even if they ask you, just tell them no.
no,
You
no.
don't need to lie about anything. He told them that there is something he called it. I can't remember. It was just an English word. And you know how people will see a big English word, they quickly go and check online and they
Of
start
ties,
fidgeting. Tell me again.
of ties or something like that, no?
No,
Oh,
I can't remember. It's been
wow.
a minute. I can't
And so
remember.
that's how you didn't get the visa.
That's how everything went down the hill. Like it was already at the point of, I have helped him with even accommodation. Let me also tell you that you would need to get an accommodation before coming here. I have done everything, my brother. He went down the hill. And do you know that when issues started coming up, I told him, write them an email. It's simple. Just write them an email, explain everything that it was a mistake on your end. These people would accept that it was a mistake because humans are prone to making errors, and he did not. Do you know that this person has paid school fees? He has gotten accommodation, and this was how everything went down the hill.
Wow.
So please do not go on Google to ask any question.
Just follow
Follow
the
through
one on the website.
what you find on the link. Exactly.
Okay, let's
You
talk
don't
about.
need too many documents.
You don't need too many documents. Okay, let's talk about the steps involved now. What are the steps involved when you have those documents? Carry us on step-by-step process involved. Use University of Bern,
Okay.
for instance.
Fantastic. So you go to the homepage of University of Bern. Like I've told you, just type University of Bern, Switzerland on Google. Once it opens it up, you're going to see international student. If you don't see it, you didn't type it well. Because I have still tested it this morning before we jumped on this. So just type that. You're going to see international student. Click on that. Once you click on that, you can read through. It's a very short page, read through. Otherwise, you would also see on the page the question of when do you want to come in, something like that. So you click either spring. Spring are classes that start in February. Okay, this start of the year, that is spring. Then you see autumn. Autumn is also known as fall. So you might see fall, you might see autumn. Okay. So if you want to apply for September D, it's open now. Please, you can go on to apply. Click on autumn. When you click on autumn, it's going to tell you to just, okay, what course do you want? This, and that. It's very plain there. Click on all those things. Do you know immediately it's going to give you a drop down of the application form? You fill the application form. It's a process. It's easy. In one night, I did it for 2 people. You can do these things.
And you upload your
So
documents.
you upload your passport. They'll need you to upload your passport, also your international passport and all of that. You necessarily do not need to upload all your documents immediately, except they have now changed the requirements. But if they ask you to upload your documents, you can scan your documents and have them on the phone. Everybody should have that. Have all your documents on your phone also. So then you can just upload it. But you will now get to a point, they'll tell you, okay, they will send you the invoice for paying your application fee. Once you pay for that, they're going to send you another email to tell you now you can send in your documents. They will also give you in that email the address to send your documents to. So the next thing you will now do is go to DHL office. Please ensure that every copy they request of you, you provide it, because some documents, they will tell you to provide 3 copies, 1 original, 2 photocopies. Do that. Do not miss a document, because if you miss one document, they are going to know and they are going to tell you to send it. You are elongating your process already. So don't be in a rush. Do it calmly. When you send your documents to them, they are going to tell you to give them about 2 to 3 weeks to review your documents. 2 to 4 weeks, excuse me. Once they are done, they will tell you to give them another 6 to 8 weeks. Do you see I'm telling you this time framing? Because I have gone over it time and again to help you see that it is something you can do in 2 hours. They'll tell you to give them 6 to 8 weeks. After that 6 to 8 weeks, they are going to tell you the next step to do. So they can tell you if you've gained admission. They can tell you if you need to provide another document. They'll just tell you whatever they need to tell you. Always remember that it also differs per your course of study. I studied sociolinguistics, so I'm able to tell you these were the things they required of me. Okay? So once you do that, when you gain admission, they will now tell you to send them some documents. Once they tell you to send them this document, this is when you go to DHL office. Always remember that they will return your original documents. And when they want to return it, don't tell them you have a place in Switzerland to send it to. Tell them that DHL will pick it up for you. You can write them an email. I am emphasizing it. Please always write emails. If you need questions, write them. They're going to answer. I need you to also know that Switzerland takes their time. If they tell you 2 weeks, please don't bug them. It is that 2 weeks. Otherwise, they will not respond to your email. And you also be on time with sending your documents. Be on time with your processes. This is not the time to now drag your feet and everything, because the more you waste time, the more it affects your visa processing time. So that is it.
I've heard that third-class students and HND students can apply. Is this true?
I mean, this is not information you just see out there. This is something that you as an individual need to ask them. If you graduated with a third class, you're not just sitting on that certificate and doing nothing. You're also taking other certifications, to up your skill. Because graduating with a third class in Nigeria sometimes is not your fault, it's the fault of maybe the school. Don't let it mentally deter you. I'm going to say it again, send an email. Ask questions. If you have an HND and you want to get a master's degree, why not? These are informations you will not just see out there until you ask them. And don't already position yourself when you're asking as if you are at a disadvantage. No. The way you ask them shows you know what you're doing. If you have an HND, you want to study something in engineering or construction, you have the practical know-how. Get some other supplementary certifications quickly. Add it to it. Ask them. If they say it's not a requirement, tell them ask them what are the extra things I need to do to make it better. So, like I said, you cannot just go on Google and see the answer until you actually ask questions. So it's very possible. Why not?
Let's talk about working. Is it possible to work while you study, and can you move with family to Switzerland immediately?
Okay, so first thing you need to know, the first 6 months in Switzerland, you cannot work, not even black jobs. You can never work because everyone, that 6 months, nothing for you, no work. Because they are rich, so they expect that you have good cash to come here. But so for that 6 months, you're not working. What you can do is enroll yourself in a language school. There are language schools in your university. Start learning their language in that 6 months as you're studying. You cannot work the first 6 months, but once the 6 months is over, you can start applying. You can apply for internships. You can apply to work in cafes. Let me also tell you that in Switzerland, there are no dirty jobs. Every job is paid on minimum wage. If you work in a cafe, you're treated the same way they would treat a banker. So don't ever think, and Switzerland is not a place to do care jobs. You have to be certified to do that. Do you see? They really take pride in all of those things. So if you work in a kitchen, for example, don't see yourself any less because you're earning good money, you're earning good salary. So yes, you can work and you're able to work for 15 hours every week. Now, for moving with family, this is not dependent on money. Okay, so I don't think you can move immediately with family. There is something they call Permit D, but it's dependent on the canton your school is or the canton you're resident. Every canton has their own regulation. Cantons are like states in Nigeria. So there is the canton of Geneva that I live. There is the canton of Bern that I study. So every canton has their requirements. I cannot categorically tell you that in Geneva you can move immediately. Maybe in Bern you can. How are you going to find this information? For example, in Geneva, you can just type OCPM Geneva. You're going to find all the information there. Every single information, you find it there. Go on Google and type Bern migration or something. Ask questions, you're going to see it there. But there is a very high possibility that you can move in with family. It's just that
you need money.
You need money because Switzerland is expensive.
The visa process. You've gotten admission, they've responded to you. How do you apply for visas?
Fantastic. Now, for visa, it's not the usual you go for an interview. For the visa, you're going to send an email to the embassy in Abuja. The embassy is only in Abuja, it's not in Lagos. Once you send the embassy, I can send you the link to the embassy also.
Yeah.
And then you find it in the description box. You send an email to the embassy, tell them that you have just gained admission to a university in Switzerland. You can tell them the name of your school, the course. You need a date for a visa appointment. They are going to respond to you and give you a date. And they're also going to tell you, they're going to give you like a document filled with everything you need to bring. Then you have to fill a form. You also have to fill a form for financials. The form that you need to take, I think it's called Form E. You fill that. Now, when it comes to the financials, let me tell you that some cantons require, literally every canton now, they require of you to have 20,000 Swiss francs in a blocked account. But do you know that when I came, I didn't do that? This is what I did. I told them that I was being sponsored. So I filled a form called Form O.
Sponsored
And
by who?
Tell me again.
Sponsored by who?
Oh, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I told them that I was being sponsored by my parents. You can tell them you're being sponsored by a company. Do you know that they don't really care about that?
Wow.
I'm saying it, they don't really care. What they care about is the documentation to show that it is legal. So for me, what I did was to get my parents' company. I'm thankful for that privilege. I got their statement, the company statement of account, not their personal statement of account. So it showed the name of the company, and I told the CEO to write a letter that they're sponsoring me, like an attestation. So I got that, and what else did I do? But I made sure that it was not just one. You know, every company would like have like two accounts.
Yeah.
So I got the two together so that it shows good figures, really good figures. Do you know the figures is not just the total at the end of the day, because you are going to see the transaction.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got that, and I made him just write an attestation. Then I filled the form to say that I am being sponsored. If you should say that you're coming by yourself, you're going to find 20,000 Swiss francs. Do the calculation right now, you'll see. It's heavy money. If you say you're being sponsored, fill that form O. If you need any help, ask questions. Send an email. Okay? You're going to fill the form O. They are going to sign. Maybe your both parents might need to sign. If it's just the CEO of the company might need to sign. And you're also going to need the registration, like the CSC documents of the company, so that they know that this company is legal. Then you take it to the embassy. When I applied, I didn't take the documentation of the company because I didn't know. They turned me back and told me to go get it. Thankfully, I was able to get it in ABUJA, and they told me you can come back within 2 hours. I got it, made a copy, and went back and submitted. They're not going to ask you questions, just conversational. No need to be afraid of anything. What are you going to do? Okay, they will even tell you, arrange your documents this way. Don't put this one there. They are very kind. Don't go with the mindset of, it's the end of the world. No.
So you just
You're going to arrange it.
documents, accommodation.
Yes, you need to get an accommodation in Switzerland. You can get an accommodation with student lodge. You pay for 1 month or 1 month of arrival. The landlord would give you a document and you attach it. The reason is so they ensure that you have somewhere to stay when you get to Switzerland.
What about
So
flight
after staying there
reservation?
for 1 month, tell me again.
Flight reservation, do you need to book that as well?
Not necessarily.
Necessarily.
I didn't book my flight until I got my
Your
visa.
admission letter, proof of funds, which is bank statement,
Yes.
20,000
Yes.
euros, what you said, the form
Swiss
O.
francs.
Then
Yeah.
accommodation as well.
Yes.
Any other documents?
And the documents you need, like I said, they are dependent on the canton. All the documents will be listed under that Form E. So I can't tell you this is everything you will need, but the major ones you will need are these ones I've told you. So the other ones you need are listed in that form. If there is anyone you're confused about, ask them questions. Don't guess. Don't be like that person that made money waste. Ask them questions. If you need some extra time, request for it.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, wow. That's been Switzerland. And if you want to apply, I think the time to start is now.
Yeah.
Interested in moving to Switzerland, please reach out to me. My email is wakawakadoctor@gmail.com, wakawakadoctor@gmail.com. Once you write to me, we will be able to help you with the process. Another thing you can do is check out Adejoke Balogun's YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel?
That's it, Adejoke Balogun.
Okay, that's our YouTube channel, Adejoke Balogun, and you will see all the beautiful videos she's helped provide and produce about moving to Switzerland. You can ask her questions, you can send her messages. She's also on Instagram as @therealJJ_. @therealJJ_. But if you're interested in moving to Switzerland, we're very happy to help you. So till I see you again, folks, in another video, it's your one and only Waka Waka Doctor, and I'm signing out.